Ugh.
What's up, bud? How's it going?
He.
Welcome back to Retardville. Oh wait, no, we've been here forever.
I was just gonna say.
Already, finally saw the beekeeper.
Damn time. And I saw it before you.
I know for the first time in a while. You saw him before I did. Let's do this, shall we?
There's a couple movies I've seen before you did.
Yeah, just a couple. Just a couple. Beekeeper, how did you like it?
Absolutely fucking love this movie from start to finish.
So much fun.
It's so Jason Statham. He's got the very little dialogue, and to my shock that David Ayer did this.
Yeah. So I filmed a initial reaction last night, and then I said, "Fuck it, I'll just do the thing with him tomorrow whenever we get to it, which is right now, today, right now." I absolutely love this movie. Also, it's the best movie of the year so far, and
It's probably the
near
best
January.
Jason Statham movie I've seen.
It's gotta be. I mean,
It pushed Expendables over.
it's gotta be in my top five of his
This
at least.
movie was just like it's scary. Full spoilers, by the way, because the movie's been out for a couple
Yeah,
weeks. Like,
yeah,
it's scary because it deals with real life situations
yeah,
like scammers.
yeah,
I mean, that poor woman killed herself
yeah.
because she thought she was hacked,
Scam.
but
Yeah,
she wasn't. Josh
yeah.
Hutcherson in this movie was so fucking weird.
So let me tell you something that's really funny about this movie. Oh, that ball is out. Sorry, Mom. I'm watching football too.
Oh,
Conference championship games. Zay Flowers just fumbled going into the when he was going in. Anyway, um, I didn't know Hutcherson was in this movie.
I didn't even know Irons was in this movie.
I knew he was in the movie. I didn't know Josh Hutcherson was in the movie, but I was watching the credits and it said Josh Hutcherson, and I'm like, the fuck is he doing in this movie? And
He was a real asshole.
the first 5 seconds he's in first 5 seconds he's in the movie, I'm like, okay, I hate his haircut. Okay, I hate his attitude. Okay, I hate his fucking character. But he is
Just,
so good in this
you're
movie at being an
supposed to hate
asshole.
him.
Like, 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 just like with Travis Van Winkle as Trent in the F-13 reboot, it just shows what a good actor he is because you like the actor, but you
There is so many
absolutely
actors.
detest his fucking character.
Like there's so like the guy that plays
Oh my god, it is so funny.
Henry
He is
Bowers
so good in this.
in the It remakes. He's
Yeah.
such a good
Which
actor, and he's in a
which
bunch of other stuff. You hate
which
his
one? The
character,
kid or the
the kid.
adult version? Yeah, the kid's really good.
You hate him so much,
Yeah,
but yet again, he's such a good actor because he's been in other things. I've seen
yeah,
him in other things,
yeah.
and I'm like, I fucking hate him, and I'm
But he's
like,
such a
but
good
he's
actor.
such a
Yeah,
good actor.
yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
when
No,
actors can
Hutcherson was
play
awesome in
people
this
that
movie.
you
I
hate
loved
so
him.
much, but you love the actor
Yeah,
so much.
yeah,
It's so hard to hate them.
yeah. So let's get into the big reveal of the movie, shall we? That
That
is
his mother
kind
was the
of
president.
that. Yes, you just. I was trying to build up to it, you dumb dents.
Yeah, well,
That you realize that yeah, she's the president because it's kind of looming throughout the movie that Josh Hutcherson's mother is a very powerful person
I thought she was
in
just like the mayor of something.
seemingly in the business world. I thought she was gonna be just some like senator or something like that, but no, she's the fucking president of the United States. Which is crazy.
Caught me by surprise too.
As soon as that happened,
My
I
grandpa and
was
my
like,
grandpa's like, did they just say Madam President? I said, uh-huh. He's like, Jesus.
yeah, I was literally like,
This is gonna
because
turn out well.
because you watch the movie the whole time, and they're saying very slowly throughout the movie what a beekeeper is, and then there's that one scene with Jeremy Irons and all of the hit people, all the what are they called, the mercenaries, right?
Yeah.
In the dark room with the light in the background and all that. It was so funny. But I was watching that scene, and when he explains like what a beekeeper is, and the fact that he's literally a beekeeper in the movie is just so funny.
Who?
The first
Jason
Statham,
Statham. Yeah.
like the first like half hour of this movie has, I think, like 4 or 5 bee puns in it, like the creatures, not the letter. I was laughing so hard. I was like, "This is awesome, man!
And
It's
after
so
this, can we
funny."
talk about the violence in this
Yeah,
movie?
yeah. We'll talk about. Okay, so I loved it. Like I loved that. I absolutely loved that a beekeeper is like someone that works almost outside the government, but it's still like a government agent and
But
can
like top secret.
yeah, like very very
Like
top
nobody
secret.
knows anything about them until like
Yeah,
Jeremy Irons knew
yeah.
because
He
he
was ahead of the CIA or whatever it was at
yeah,
one
and
point.
they worked with him.
Yeah. No, I absolutely thought that, like, is it doofy? Yeah, but it's really fucking cool, and
It's
I
a
love.
really good revenge story because it makes sense on why he did it.
So let's talk about the violence really quick because I want to talk about the gas station scene.
Oh yeah, but hold on.
That
I want to
girl.
point something
Oh my
out.
god, it was
My
so funny.
friend was like, "It's really bloody." I'm like, "It really wasn't that bloody. There were a
Not
couple bloody
really. I mean,
moments, but it
you
really
don't.
wasn't. You don't see a
It
lot
was
of the
funny
blood.
because when the dude gets his fingers ripped off or sliced off, I should
You don't
say.
see it.
I mean, you know what
Little blood.
happened.
Yeah.
You know what happened, but you don't see it until he's um
Like he cut
it,
my fucking fingers off. You
until he's
know.
in the car and he has the paper towels or
Some
whatever.
of the kills in this movie were fucking awesome.
The
Like,
scene when he put
but
that same guy and he chained him to his car or he roped him to
yeah,
his
I
car.
let the car go
And
off.
it's in the trailer apparently.
It
Oh
is.
my god, dude! I was laughing so hard.
I think
This
the funniest
movie.
scene is
Oh,
when he goes to the scammy place.
yes,
You have 3 seconds to put those down and walk off. 1, 2, 3.
I did, I did it for you. I was laughing so
Yeah,
hard. Yeah,
but it's
it
like,
was great, man. I
and I love where he's just pouring
I love
gasoline
this
at everyone.
movie
He goes,
so
"Get the
much.
fuck out!"
I love how he doesn't even give a shit and he's pouring the gas on the people.
He wrapped the phone cord around a dude's neck and was beating him with the phone.
It's so
That was
funny.
genius.
It was so funny.
Oh,
I just
when he kept beating the guy in the head with a stapler,
and he gets
I
his
was sitting
hand
there
too.
laughing the whole time.
He
Oh
does his
yeah, he's
hand
like,
too.
enough. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That was the second
Yeah, that
manager
was the
guy,
one where
right?
that was the scene
By
where
the
before he beat the fuck out of all those FBI agents, which
by the
was
way,
absolutely hilarious.
that was awesome. By the way, did those two manager sequences like when they're when he lights the first place on fire
Mhm.
and then he goes to the second place and he hits the guy with the
Yeah.
stapler like they laugh so hard. Did that did those sequences remind you? Did you play the Watch Dogs games?
Which one? I played the first one,
Okay. It
and I've
really
seen all of the
I
second
don't
one.
know. It's just like all that stuff reminded me of Watch Dogs,
Yeah.
and then the chick at the gas station
Oh, that was fucking
who's
hilarious.
supposed to be his replacement.
The
Like
minigun.
she's straight out of Watch Dogs. Like the way she looks,
She
her
was
weapon.
she was just like getting her ass beat, and
It
she
was
acted
so
like.
funny.
Here's my thing: Jason Statham didn't really get injured until the end.
Yeah.
Like
No.
like
Like
that one dude with the prosthetic leg. Dude, he was a tough motherfucker. He would not go down right away. Like Jason Statham kept stabbing him in the cheek, and he's just like,
he's just
"I
not
can't tell
dying.
you guys."
He's just not dying. It was funny. No, I love that. I love that scene though, when the guy is just, or when the girl is just, she's so over the top and just so like and then
Like,
she like her
he just like
gun
fucking
is
shoots her.
like an M4 and she has like two
It's a
what are
fucking
they
Gatling
called?
gun.
No, it's not Gatling gun. Well, but in her truck, yes, but the one that she actually has with her is an M4 with like it's like it's called like a double drum magazine or
Yeah,
something. It has
yeah.
like 200 rounds in it, 100 in
Yeah,
each.
yeah, yeah.
from. But God, it was so funny because I'm like, this chick's gonna get her ass kicked, and then she
Oh,
gets
you
her
knew it.
ass kicked, and then she gets the Gatling gun, and
Like
then he
she just
lights
gets
her on
fucking
fire.
honey thrown at her fucking head.
She gets her on
Just
and
grab the
lights her
jar
on
honey and
fire.
it's like, because I saw that
Dude,
in the trailer too. It was fucking honey.
dude,
It's
I
flammable.
was
And it's
watching
flammable
this.
and he just burns her.
I was just watching this movie, just like with the biggest smile on my face because it's so dumb, and I
This is
just kind of
probably the
needed
most
that.
fun I've ever had an action movie like this in a very long time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because it's
so
so
ridiculous.
it's so but it's so like you completely get why he's doing this.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's like watching a slasher movie,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like the kills are just it's like watching pieces.
Do you have any issues with this movie?
I mean, it's really not written very
Like,
well. Like the screenplay is
it
not
ends
really very
abruptly.
good.
It just ends abruptly.
It does. But did I really? Did I care?
didn't.
No, because it was so much. Because
It's like Renfield. Renfield was so
yes,
bad,
yes,
but it's so
yes.
fun.
Like
I didn't have any problems with Renfield.
like I am watching this movie. It's an hour 40. Maybe you could have made it an hour 30, but I was having so much fun with it that I didn't
Like,
give a fuck.
I honestly, when it
So
ended, I was
entertaining.
like, oh, it's over. Okay.
It was
Like,
so
all right.
funny.
You need to
Oh,
make a sequel?
you know what? No, I do have one issue
Okay.
with the movie, and it's throughout the entire thing.
Okay.
The the daughter and her partner.
Okay.
Every time I watched them, the movie kind of halted for me because the Jason Statham stuff was so awesome and so much fun to watch that
Okay.
I literally I didn't when they went back to her, I didn't like it it, it was like watching everybody else at your table get their food first, and they're like, "This is the greatest food I've ever had in my life," and then your food comes and
and it's like a piece of shit.
It's a stale McDonald's cheeseburger from 3 weeks ago.
Right.
Like that's what it was like for me. Like,
You know,
I was like, go back to Statham and him kicking
I
out.
said this I said this to myself when I was watching this. I said Chase is gonna hate this character. He's gonna hate this
He's
character.
kind of. I'm not gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say she's pointless to the movie. Like she should have just been the daughter.
Understanding.
She should she
If they
kind
had to
of
make her a cop and shit, you
well
know.
she was understanding, but she also had a job to do. But it's
And
also
she really wasn't following it. She was going off on
yeah
her own.
like and like she should have just been the daughter.
Yeah.
She didn't have to be a cop. She
Here's
didn't
my
have
thing.
to be a
I understood
FBI
why she was like that because she was trying to find Adam Clay, but she was also trying to find the people that were responsible for killing her mother.
So let me ask you this one really quick, because
Yeah.
this confused me too.
Okay.
Was she when Statham goes to Felicia Rashad's house the
Bless
second
you.
time? Bless you, Amanda.
Jay says, "Bless you." She says,
When
"Thanks."
she when Statham goes to Felicia Rashad's house for dinner, right?
Yeah.
And the house is dark and she doesn't answer and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he walks in and he grabs the knife.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that where Jason, like where the daughter comes out? Isn't that where Statham just came in from?
Mm-hmm.
Where was she? Was she behind him the whole time?
She must have been in a different room, and then she must have heard him say hello. So then she probably went around.
Yeah, that's it really did confuse me because I was
Well,
very
here's my thing.
confused.
She
'Cause
didn't
I'm like,
really give him a chance to explain about what
Yeah.
was going on. She just
Yeah.
arrested him.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here, I'm like, give the man a chance to
Yeah.
explain why he has a knife for a reason.
Yeah.
Like obviously he knows who
Yeah,
this woman
I
is.
was very, very, very confused
And then the cops came
with
back
that
and they said,
scene.
yeah, he didn't have any gunshot residue on his
Yeah,
hands. Like,
yeah, and
killer.
it was just like that whole thing. I was very confused on. I'm like, was she following him in the house? Was she in the house already? Like, I didn't know. But really, man, let's talk about the violence, because is this movie a bloody movie?
No,
No,
it's
but
not,
it's very violent when it comes to. I
it's not
I I,
Equalizer. It's not John Wick violent.
I think Jason Statham fires off a total of 15 shots in this movie.
I think so.
He barely uses a gun in this
He
movie,
uses
and
his hands.
it's amazing, dude. That end fight though with
That end
that
fight
was
with
the worst.
with the guy with the
Oh,
broken leg, that's what they call him, a
by
cripple.
by the way, that guy, when he came into the movie, he's another guy that I'm like, this reminds me of fucking Watch Dogs. And then he talks, and he's just like this like South
That's
African
Yep.
Australian dude or
Watch
whatever.
Dogs immediately.
He was so over the top and
I
just so like,
love
oh yeah, it was so funny. Oh,
I
I was
love
laughing so
fight
hard.
scenes where it's like one on one and like the camera's kind of like following them. You get
So
those
hard.
really like intense fights. I love fights like the Raid.
Yeah.
How you had like certain
Yeah.
fights. I love like that's what I loved like the earlier Marvel movies did.
Yeah.
Or like in like all the Captain
Yeah.
America movies, it was in Civil War you
Yeah.
had all that shit. I loved that. I love
Because
that.
the way that David Ayer has filmed stuff he's done this before, this kind of style, the quicker cut stuff, but you can still see
With
what's
what?
going
Fury?
in. What's the one that we talked about with Schwarzenegger?
Oh,
Uh,
Escape Plan?
no, Sabotage.
Oh yeah.
It's the same style. It's more handheld than, it's not shaky cam. It's more handheld, but he has a, but he also, but he also uses the quick cut stuff. But you can see what's happening, and
My
I
thing
think
with David Ayer is that if there's any kind of like action director that knows his violence, is David Ayer. David Ayer's
mm,
all of his movies are
mm,
extremely violent.
mm,
I know The Tax Collector. You said it was over the top. End of Watch. I've
yes.
seen the
Well,
one with
End of Watch is more shaky because it's first
police body
person,
cam footage.
or yeah.
Yeah, but that was
So
David Ayer. He did
yeah,
Bright,
yeah.
Suicide Squad. I mean, he
Suicide Squad's
knows.
another one where he kind of did the same. I know it's a hacked up movie, but how the action is similar to this, where
Yeah,
I think he cuts a bit more.
Fury,
Yeah. So I watched Fury yesterday after I got home
Furry.
from the movie. Yeah, and I
Did you
really,
did you finish it?
yeah. It's a damn good movie, dude. I
I
forgot how
rewatched
good
it
that.
too.
I forgot how
It
good that movie is.
it's so like brutal.
Yeah,
Like you could tell that Logan Lerman. That's Logan Lerman, right?
yeah, yeah.
You could tell that like Logan Lerman like really gave his best in this. I mean, like John Bernthal's a
He's
cocksucker in this
hilarious
movie.
in that movie.
They're all funny, but they're assholes. But
The
like,
scene where the scene where Pitt and Logan Lerman go up to the building to meet the two girls,
yeah.
and then and then the other three come in. Oh my god, I'm laughing so hard. Like
Well, it's kind
it
of
was just
like
so mean, but it's
it's
funny.
like Fury is one of those war films where it's so like it's the perspective of tank drivers.
Yeah,
It's not just soldiers on like Normandy.
yeah,
It's not Band of Brothers. It's
yeah,
tank drivers. Something
yeah,
you've never seen before.
yeah.
And shows
And
like
Ayer
how different
films
they are around
Ayer
other films.
films it differently. He's more of a, not stationary, but it's less handheld. It's more,
He shows more brutality of what
yeah,
the war could
yeah,
have done
for sure,
and what
for
it
sure,
did. Like he showed
sure.
how people were killed. He showed
Did you just
tagging
hear
boxes.
that?
What?
Cabo just gonna pull a U here.
Oh. But
Big
like
shit her
David
pants.
Ayer, like at the end scene when they all die except Logan Lerman,
Yeah,
it shows he shows like the emotions
Yeah,
of
for
like
sure.
when Bernthal dies, how Shia LaBeouf is freaking out.
Thanks for ripping ass, girl.
He knows how to film a movie.
Yeah.
Is he a good writer?
And he,
Certain films.
yeah, no, I would say yeah,
I think his
he is a
best
good
film that
writer.
he's written and directed is Fury.
Yeah, I mean, I have a thing for. I don't think it's his best movie, but I think it's an underrated movie for sure. Is Street Kings.
I haven't seen it.
Really, Keanu Reeves in that movie is
Oh,
so
David
good.
Ayer directed it.
He wrote, I believe he wrote and directed it. Yeah, he's really good. Keanu's actually really good in that movie. I think he's actually better than most people give it credit for. I thought it's not a great movie, but I like it more than a lot of
Is it
people do.
newer?
Oh, 7, 08, 09, somewhere around there.
Here's my thing with David Ayer. David Ayer seems like a fun guy to be around
Mm-hmm.
just because so many
He
people give him shit.
he also knows his shit. Like he
Like, here's my thing.
knows
Suicide Squad,
what he's doing.
yes, it's not a good movie, but he knew how to give you likable and lovable characters.
Mm-hmm.
And as he
For
stated
sure.
many times, both cuts of that movie is not what he wanted. It was
Mm-hmm.
what under Walter Hamada, that's what they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
He said his version of that movie was rated R.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he said there was so much. He said Batman was in it more. Jared Leto was in it more, and he said the villain.
Apparently, what's in the movie with Jared Leto is like 5% of his screen time, which is crazy.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like what he filmed.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
five.
that's five
Yeah, like
percent.
5% of what he
He
filmed
had
is in the movie.
Jared Leto stated that he
Something
had
like
like
that.
over like 30 minutes worth of footage.
Yeah.
And David Ayer even stated that like he would love the Ayer cut.
Yeah.
James Gunn says he doesn't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But it's like you never say never,
Yeah.
because James Gunn also did say if Zack Snyder wanted to come back and do another DC film, he'd give him permission to.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, let's talk about that last fight scene, shall we?
before that, the one where you're just throwing cops down the stairs and the railing, I'm just like, he don't give fucks.
So funny, man. It was so funny. So we have the scene in the second building, right, where he's taking out the mercenary group.
Huh? And he kills the guy with the fire extinguisher.
It was so funny. I was laughing so hard. I was like, come on.
He reminded me of Christmas. How Christmas just doesn't get fucking hit.
It was so funny. I absolutely loved that scene, and then I loved the end scene. The end scene of that movie, man, was so damn entertaining.
Yeah.
To watch when he just when he kicked the guy's leg, because I had forgotten that the guy had a fake leg.
Really?
And when he kicked it out, I went, "Oh shit, that's right, he has a fake
leg."
leg."
He's hopping along the window as Jason Statham's just beating his ass.
So, I had so much fun with it, man. It was
when
you're right, man. When he's taking the glass or whatever and he's hitting in the dude's face,
cheek, and the dude's just not feeling like shit. He got grazed the cheek, and he's still going.
It was hilarious. Like that is obviously the most brutal part of the movie, but again, just watching Statham do his thing throughout this entire movie, and watching him just beat the shit.
It's the number one movie in the box office right now.
It should be
second week,
and it should be, because it's so fucking entertaining. Like Jason Statham does the same thing in every movie. He plays pretty much he's like a younger version of Liam Neeson at this point, where he's just like
doing
a retired dude doing his thing, and then gets called back into action, and it's so entertaining. Because if you really think about it, man, he's really like Tom Cruise. Sure, he's an action star too, but he's also a movie star still.
Jason Statham's just an action star.
He's an action and he's maybe the last of a dying breed, because yes, you have the guys like the Raid guys and everything, but they don't have their own big movies like this.
Like
which I
Keanu
think
Reeves.
they
He's an
yeah,
action star, but he's also
yes,
a movie star.
yes. It's just it's so crazy, man, because I could watch Jason Statham beat the shit out of people forever,
I
and just sit
honestly,
there and
if
go,
they made a sequel and David Ayer came back to direct it, I would not
I'd
have
be
an issue
so
with it.
happy. I'd be
I would have
so
been like,
happy.
okay, what now?
I, dude, if they made did you ever see The Mechanic,
Which one? There's two of them.
the first one?
Yes, a long time ago.
I really liked that first one. It was
Oh,
really
it's fun because this movie reminded. I was just talking to my friend today. Mechanic reminded me exactly of the Beekeeper.
yeah. And then you watch the second one, and while I think it's still a good movie,
Not as good as the first one.
it's not as good as the first one. But it's I think if you got this, because clearly you can tell that David Ayer was having fun with this movie for sure.
Right.
But having like Statham for the like Statham is playing it straight for the majority. Like he has some quips and stuff, but he's playing it straight, and it's just. But it just seemed like he was having more fun with it this time around.
Right.
Like the tone of the movie, it was just I loved it, man. It was just I would never
Like
like
this is a purchase worthy, obviously.
I if somebody said to me, would you recommend The Beekeeper? I'm like, do you like dumb, awesome action? Like, yes, go,
My friend just asked me. He's
go,
like, "Yo," he's like, "How's the
go.
Beekeeper?" I'm like, "You like violence and Jason Statham?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like,
Then watch it. Yes,
"There's your
watch it.
answer. So go see it."
It's absolutely amazing. Like it's such a fun movie from start. Like, and it's
Again, it's
fast
so
too.
bad it's good, but it's so much fun. It's not even
I
bad.
don't even know if I would say it's bad.
No, it's not. Let me rephrase that. It's so like
Goofy and dumb, but it's
goofy,
and
but it's so entertaining. It's like
so
Renfield. Renfield
dumb.
was so goofy and entertaining, but it was so much fun.
I just like I said, I was watching this movie and the whole time I'm just like,
Exactly.
except
I
when it
sat there the
cuts
whole time
back to
like
the
this.
except when it cuts back to the daughter, I was like, speed it up here.
This was me every time they were fighting. I'm like,
It was awesome. Like, yeah, this is I don't know exactly where it is in my top five, but it's in my top five Statham films. It's really a lot of fun.
I honestly right now I kind of want to put it at number one.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. See,
I love Expendables too, but this movie was full of Jason Statham. This movie
yeah,
was like
it's
just like, oh yeah, like this is what you've been wanting.
if you've seen any of the other Jason Statham movies
I still
out
think
there,
Homefront's a really good movie too.
Homefront's really good. That's a really underrated movie of his too.
Hmm.
That's a really good one. But if you've seen it, if you've ever seen any of Jason Statham, any of his other movies,
They're
and you
mostly all the
like
same.
them, put up the doofiness,
Oh
put
yeah.
up the ridiculousness to about
Well,
1,500,000,
also like
and that's this movie.
give David Ayer credit too, because I mean this movie
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
this movie wouldn't exist without him.
Yeah, this is. I bet you $5 when he read this script, he was probably like, "This is gonna be fucking awesome." And
I
then, oh
mean,
yeah, Jason Statham's coming on board.
like I said earlier, I bet you David Ayer is just a fun guy.
Yeah,
I bet you he's a really. I mean, you can show he shows his passion into films.
yeah, for
Yes,
sure.
some of his films are a little out there,
Yeah.
but like you can just tell that he really like we were talking about Fury earlier. You could tell that he put his passion into that
Yeah.
movie.
Well, he knows as well. He was in the military, so and
Oh, he
I think he
was.
was a cop too at one point. But so he knows a lot about that type of stuff and everything, and so that's kind of his thing. That's why,
It's cool.
even though Sabotage, I don't think is a good movie, it does work as a
Did you
military.
like Bright?
Okay, I don't think he wrote that one though, or did he? I don't
He
remember.
wrote and directed it.
Oh, he did. Ugh.
I think.
Ugh.
Hold on.
Never mind. Because if he didn't write it, I don't blame him. But if he did, oh my gosh. Because yeah, I wasn't huge on Bright. I don't know why they attempted that. why anybody would attempt something like that.
He just directed it. Max Landis wrote it. He just directed it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Max Landis can make good movies, but some of his ideas are strange.
Did he write Beekeeper?
No. No, it was. Oh, no, I think he co-wrote it. He co-wrote it with our Kurt, that fucking shitty-ass Mila Jovovich movie. Ultraviolet. Kurt Wimmer.
Huh.
What's the one with Christian Bale and Taye Diggs?
Huh?
Early to Equilibrium. He wrote and directed that, I think. Yeah, Kurt.
Bright
Kurt
2 was
Wimmer.
supposed to come out, but it
Nobody cared
was
about
canceled
it.
because the script was to be written by a different person. The production reportedly suffered delays due to Smith's busy schedule in May 2020. It reported the filmmaker Louis Leterrier was in talks with Netflix to direct the sequel. But it was okay. Like, I didn't love it.
I wasn't a fan.
It was all right. Like, I just watched it for shits and giggles.
I'm not a fan.
It was.
I tried.
And you said that, like every review I've seen of the Tax Collector is they're saying it's like one of the most offensive films.
Okay.
Is it offensive?
Yeah, it's offensive, but I don't get offended much. So
I don't either. It's just like I saw the trailer and I was like, okay, Shia LaBeouf's in it. All right, whatever.
No, it's just I don't know.
It got slammed though. Like I saw these reviews.
It's just not a good movie. Like I'm not even talking about it being offensive.
They're saying it's one of David Ayer's worst films.
It probably is my worst of his films. Like it's just not a good movie overall. Like it's really dumb. It's really weird. It just doesn't. Narratively, I think he tried too hard.
Well, it came on during COVID.
Yeah,
thank you. It says this movie had potential, but everything goes to heck because of the extremely bad script. First, you need to wait almost 60 minutes of 90 to see something interesting. Second, when the action starts, everything goes extremely fast. Shia's character was barely developed.
No, to be fair, nobody in that movie was really developed. Yeah. It's just not a good movie. Yes, sure, it's offensive if offensive
overall
stuff
the mostly negative reviews all pinpoint the unusual talking points, too much violence, unrelatable characters. Some positives takes on Ayer's film reference.
What are you reading?
It was Screen Rant.
Oh well, who gives a shit? Screen Rant's a bunch of pussies anyway. Anyway, what's your grade for this one?
I give this an A+.
A+, huh?
You're gonna give it like a B?
I'll give it an A-. It's fun. It's an action movie. I love action movies. I love watching action movies. I love watching people die. I love watching Jason Statham do his thing.
Right.
It's so much fun. I mean, it's not a perfect movie. The script is not very good. The acting at times, particularly again the daughter and her partner,
right,
was a bit. Their characters could have been cut out of the entire movie, to be honest with you. I don't know why she was even on the case. If her mother was involved, I can't see your face, by the way. You're at the very bottom.
Sorry.
There you go, bud. Here, I'm gonna be AJ. There we go. But no, listen, it's the best movie of 2024 so far, and it's the end of fucking January. I wouldn't be surprised if this movie is in my top 5 of the year. Still, because I just have so much fun with it.
What do you think your most anticipated number 1 film will be this year?
Dune 2.
See, for me, it's between Godzilla and Kong. Huh?
You're talking like this.
It's between Godzilla and Kong and
Dune 2.
And Deadpool 3.
Yeah, Dune 2, Godzilla, Kong, Deadpool 3.
I wish Beyond the Spider-Verse was coming out. I'm praying, but I don't think it will.
I don't think it's coming out. Sure.
Venom 3 too. Venom 3. Tom Hardy said he's pushing it to be rated R this time.
It's not going to be rated R.
We don't know that.
It's not going to be rated R, bro.
I wish.
What movie just came out? Oh, the Zack Snyder one.
Rebel Moon.
I still need to watch. I was hoping that was going to be rated R. I know it's not.
There
I
is an
know it's
R
not.
cut of it
I
coming out.
know. But I wish he would have just released that cut. We can review that when that comes out because I don't want to watch
Because
PG-13 cut.
he said the R-rated cut is a completely different film.
The one that just released that one. That's what I don't understand. Like release that movie. That if you we want R-rated Star Wars, give us R-rated Star Wars. Like again, I haven't seen the movie. I've heard very mixed things about it. But I mean, I do want to see it, but I want to watch the R-rated version. I don't want to watch the PG-13 version. I've seen PG-13 before.
Well, part 2 is April 19th.
Of this year?
Yep.
When does the R-rated cut come out?
Zack Snyder talks Rebel Moon R-rated cut release date. Well, reminding everyone that it does in fact exist. Zack Snyder has been relatively quiet. Hold on.
Is it the R-rated cut of the first?
Yes.
Or
it's the R-rated cut of the first movie, I believe.
What I don't understand at the end is why he's doing it though, because
exactly will be released with part exactly his quiet about when exactly his R-rated cut of Rebel Moon will be released, with part 1, A Child of Fire, out a few weeks ago in December and part 2 out in April. Snyder once again talked through the whole process of doing the longer R-rated cut simultaneously as the Netflix mandated PG-13 version, but he also revealed what we'd see the real extended cut, or at least a general time frame.
Oh, so Netflix okay. So I didn't know that Netflix mandated PG-13 cut.
Yeah. He said in the summer. He said you'll get to see what I first pitched, basically.
So I guess we'll be reviewing.
Then you'll get to pretend to be the studio executive and go, "Oh, geez, I see what they mean." So that's the full odyssey.
So is the second movie supposed to be R-rated then?
I believe so.
So
what I think
summertime, I guess, is when we'll review both. Because
do you not want to watch the PG-13 version?
I don't give a fuck about. I was sold R-rated Star Wars. I want to see R-rated.
Yeah.
I want to see R-rated Star Wars. I don't want to see. I've seen PG-13.
He's essentially saying, yeah, this version
before.
Oh, here. He said this version wasn't good because I wanted to do this other version, but also if we're playing the role of studio executive in the situation, weren't they the ones who said no to doing the full Odyssey with no cuts? If you're going to hire Zack Snyder of all people to make some wild science fiction universe, you should probably just let him do his thing and not mandate some sanitized PG-13 version of it that laps off 2 hours.
It's like saying, dude, it's like doing the whole. It's Justice League and BVS all over again.
Yeah.
But with Netflix instead.
The R-rated cut will in fact debut after the April release of Part 2, so the extended Part 1 will not arrive before that. But they are also not doing a wait until next Christmas. They said the window is no doubt somewhere in June, July, or August.
Okay.
We just cut it? Snyder said on the podcast. Studio wanted a 2-hour movie, so we cut the 200-page script and cut it in half.
Why? It's streaming.
I don't know.
It's fucking Justice League all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit.
But here's the thing.
All right, people.
Okay, go ahead.
I think we're out.
Yeah.
This one. We both loved The Beekeeper. Go check it out. AJ came. I came. My dog even came, even though she didn't see it. Well, my dog came when I came home. Also, this week sometime, look out. This guy, myself, and Cody. And yes, you have to do it because it's funny. I want to see you squirm. You get mad. New York Ripper commentary.
Yeah, whatever.
If you don't
I'll be on vacation.
If you don't do it, you won't be on the channel any longer. I'll take your name off.
Okay.
Okay, I can do it right now.
How many times have you threatened me with this?
Okay. All right. Goodbye, everybody.